Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate the support of the channel. Keeping it up, keep it up, and keeping it up. Hey, there's a WZ-132 driving around in the middle. So let me see if I can stop and get a shot. We are on Karelia, and I come to realize recently that a lot of a lot of my best games are on Karelia. They really are, and especially this mode, this particular mode, which is Assault, either on defense or offense, and primarily because so few people have even one clue how to play this map. On defense, it's a campathon. On offense, there's always, well, depending on what side you're on, however you want to look at it. On offense, there's always a bunch of clowns. Look at all those TDs sitting up on that hill. What do you have to get over to, what, C2? You have to get to C2, and you have to take the cap in 10 minutes. You only got 10 minutes, not 15. How are you going to do that from G7? 1/3 of the team is sitting on a hill. Holy cow, we got a T-50-2 gets crazy. Comes on in here, and I'm going to finish him off, right? This is a good kid. No, I'm going to miss. Hey, the T-34-85 is a pretty good tank. I do enjoy this tank. I prefer the 34-85M. It is better in every way. Interestingly, the 34-85M has one of the middle guns of the 34-85, but the stats are exactly the same. Check it out. It's pretty funny. But anyway, this is the tech tree version, so it's, of course, going to be terrible compared to a premium. I will come up here to the southwest hill, and I was talking about how people do not understand this particular map. The other side's doing really well, right? So we got one of our tier 8s over there on bottom tier, and it's just me and a JP. And thank goodness that the KV-5 didn't just drive up this hill, because this game would be completely different. However, you have to play every match as it comes and make your decisions from there. And one of the reasons I like this particular map is because it allows you to do that to a large extent. There's a lot of places to go. There's several ways to crack that nut. And I find their 34-85 sitting here alone. And I'm thinking, hey, JP, why don't you come help me a little bit? But he's worried, of course, about KV-5s and Scorpions and Su-130PMs sitting back there and whacking him just as he pokes out. Now, I'm going to tuck up against this rock because they do have a couple artillery, and I want to minimize the amount of exposure that I have. It takes me a while to figure that out, and now I'll back up to this rock. I can still be splashed there, but at least it will make a shot against me a little more difficult. The 34-85 decides to do a runner. I thought he was going to come at me. Right now I have a hit point advantage, but I'd really like to not give up any more than I have to right here. I move up to proxy, light him to see what he's doing, but he's just far enough back that I can't. Then I notice the JP's coming, and I figure, all right, here we go. Artillery says, hey, I'm going to shoot in here. JP misses. Dang it. I get a shot. Artillery takes a chunk of him. He is stunned. That's going to help me a little bit, and I'll shoot him. I'll wait for him to come around that corner and shoot him there, and that could not have gone any better, especially for me. No hit points lost, and down goes their 30-45. Now we have a pretty good lead. The 65T has a big game. Does exactly what a top-tier heavy should do. Gets up to one of the two hills. He happened to spawn over there, so that's where he went, and that's what you should do. If you have a very fast tank, you can swap spawns, or swap sides from your spawn point. You'll notice if you've got a 1, 2, 3, you can spawn in one of 3 positions there. But in general, especially if you're in a slower tank, you're just going to have to accept the side you're on. You need to get up there and get that hill. You win this game, either this match or this map, the game in general, but this map in particular and mode, you win it by getting to the hills and taking them. Whether you're on offense or defense, doesn't matter. If the greens, or the reds in this case, sorry, had come up and got the hill, one of the two, they'd be in a lot better position. But look where they are. They've all been stuffed back into a corner. And we've basically got them now in a complete crossfire. The Su-130PM is out alone and exposed. Down he goes. He ended up getting the P-43TR, but he died. And now we've got this Su-100Y isolated. He doesn't have a lot of help. Basically, there's enough cover. You'll notice how I've moved from cover to cover. There's enough cover to move up and not be shot from multiple directions on the attack. And which is why sitting in these holes on defense is just an absolutely terrible idea. So he's just sitting there. I think he's given up. The gun's sticking straight up, or maybe he's aiming up the hill. I don't know. Down he goes. And it is clean up on altitude. Now we have to be careful. There is a KV-5 involved, and the AMX is nearly dead, and the KV-5 is sitting there at 100% hit points. He hasn't done a dang thing the entire game, and basically this guy doomed his entire team to lose. His horrendously bad positioning, his inability to do anything but sit in a corner. And the 65 TP, man, or 65T, sorry, AMX 65T is doing the JOB there. Got up in there, got in their face, has managed not to die. He's still a issue for them. Let me get this GW down and see if we can kill this M44, but I think he actually gets killed. Yeah, Scorpion takes him down. And here we go, moving on in. I'd gone to gold earlier because I was expecting the KV-5 to be waiting. The G gets a little bit aggressive and gets in there. I wish he would have waited for me a little longer. We could have been working on them together a little quicker. The KV-5 reloads pretty quickly, and it looks like the Scorpion G is going to have a bad day there. I find this guy, put a hit on him. I need to get rid of him. I don't want him running around, getting around behind me. I have a reasonable expectation of being able to get around the KV-5 and at least cause him trouble with my mobility. I'm going to ram him just to get rid of that guy. There you go. But the good news is somehow the Scorpion G really just survived quite a long time there. I'm going to track him first. I'll shoot him in the back. Notice how slow his turret is, and now I can just move around and avoid his turret. He takes a shot at the 25-2, and he ends up dying to the IKV. And there's that AMX 65T still alive. So did a really nice job for the team. That guy did. I ended up with 2,790 damage, 390 assist. One of the reasons I show this is this is a great map for the game. There's a lot of options, different ways to win this map, but it all boils down to, in this game, reducing the enemy hit points and taking critical terrain, whatever it is, or enough of the critical terrain to provide a win. If you're going to camp in corners, even if it's defense, you are so wrong. It is hard to describe how wrong you are if you think sitting back at A123 and B123 and all that is the way to win on this map. It simply is not. Had that KB1 moved forward, he probably would have killed that AMX because he'd have been there to use his hit points and his gun to kill him off. Had he come up on my side, we'd have never been able to get off that hill if he had any kind of competence whatsoever, and probably give his team a better chance to win than they had. But hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, this is a part of my 100 battle challenge. The 34-85 is, as much as I liked it, I hadn't even played it for 100 battles. I kind of had moved on to the whatever the tier 7 is after this thing. What is the tier 7? I can't think of it right now. Tier 7, what is it? No idea. T-34 is the tier 8. That's funny. I'm going to have to go look it up because I'm drawing a complete blank on what the tier 7 Russian medium is in this line. That's pretty funny, actually. Anywho, got it up to 100 battles and moved on, although I have played the 34-85M quite a bit. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and we will see you.